for decades and decades, restaurants threw food away. And they never even saw the synergy that we could actually use this food and feed those that need food. There's so many hungry people that every city has. There are the homeless people that are out there that need to have food and all this. And then eventually someone comes up with this plan to use actually this food that is not to make it a waste, but actually to make it an asset and to feed people. I mean, and then that has an environmental kind of connection, because food waste creates a huge amount of greenhouse gases and pollution in the world. And for you to kind of cut that down by using it, how did you come up with that idea, and at what time did all of a sudden the environment become important to you?
Well, Governor, people like you that very early on, you put the environment front and center in public domain. We saw Vice President Gore doing the same. People like you are people that they've helped create in people like me this mentality that obviously the environment is very important. But one of the things I've been saying lately for a few years now is that I don't believe we are giving food the importance it deserves. I believe that food only sits at the Department of Agriculture, at the USDA. And seems the Department of Agriculture even does amazing things, school lunches and the Farm Bill. Sometimes it's there at the service of the very big companies, which, by the way, I want to have a very big company. I have no problems with very big companies. But I don't want big companies taking advantage of subsidies when the small farmers can't. I don't want the big restaurant chains take advantage of those subsidies in the way smaller restaurants can. And you're going to tell me, Jose, what this has to do with environment? Everything has to do with environment, because I am realizing that one of the biggest factors we have, and one of the areas that becomes a problem, is food. Food is the reason why we have hunger, or the lack of it, lack of distribution. Food is the reason why we have health issues, obesity, and all the other sickness that happens because overeating. Food is the one that in many ways is putting a lot of CO2 in the process of feeding humanity. In the way we produce foods is one of the reasons why we are contaminating our waterways and our oceans. Because we are contaminating our oceans, food is also scarce, because without oxygen, like in the Gulf of Mexico, all of a sudden you see only but dead fish in the beaches all across the world. At the end, food is everything. Food is defense, food is energy, food is immigration reform. Cannot be that the people that feed America and the people that feed the world sometimes cannot feed themselves. Cannot be that we have 11 million undocumented working in farms in America, but we are not able to give them once and for all the right to belong, not ghost of the system, but people that with work permits or green cards or whatever it is that Democrats and Republicans agree, we will give them finally the decency to belong to America. So at the end, what I was trying to say is that food is so important that I've been calling for a long time to presidents around the world that we need to have national security food advisors next to every governor, next to every president, because there are a lot of problems that we create in the way we manage food, when actually food can be an amazing opportunity to solve problems, from the CO2 emissions to hunger, to obesity, to etc., etc. Food is the solution. Food must stop being the problem, and the environment will be one of the biggest beneficiaries.
I think it's a good idea what you had about recommending for governments to have their own food advisory person there, but I just want to suggest to you to let the private sector set up those advisors and not government, because otherwise it's a political appointment and they will not be able to go and solve the problems again, just like it was with any of the disasters. So I think the private sector should set that up, and I think it's a brilliant idea.